Today we're taking on a challenge of creating 8 Pokemon from the same description. I've been lucky enough to combine forces with the 3 amazing artists Skynix, Ryoma and Iforgor. We have made one of these videos each, meaning 32 unique Fakemon, so definitely go check out their videos after this one. The description for this video was as followed: Yin and Yang, complete opposites but work perfectly together. Well, time to give the word to Skynix.
Okay, so with this Pokemon, I kind of wanted to make it look like the Yin and Yang symbol. Well, kind of at least. So I made this dragon-like Pokemon, which is kind of in the shape of a Yin and Yang symbol. Like if you squint your eyes and look at it, it's got the 2 dots, the black and white dot, and the black and the white on the same sides and stuff. So yeah, the whole point of this Pokemon was just to look like the Yin and Yang symbol. And I think I did a pretty good job. It looks really elegant, totally fits with the whole Yin and Yang theme. So yeah, I really like the way this one turned out. Let's see what it looks like. This is Wyvin-Wyvang, the parallel Pokemon. Type Dark and Fairy. This Pokemon believes in total balance in one's actions. So every time it performs a good deed, it balances it out by performing an equally bad one.
That is so interesting. I didn't think anyone would take the prompt so literal.
No, I just want to do one of them that was really literally.
Yeah, it works so well though. Oh, the stats, oh no.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's supposed to be well. That's really smart.
They're perfectly balanced.
I mean, 69 has other connotations, but as the yin and yang symbols, yeah, that's really cool.
I didn't think about it in that way. I totally saw something else with the 69.
No.
I don't know why, I could imagine some philanthropist, like Mr. Beast or something, he cures 1,000 blind people and then his Wyvin-Wyvang goes around and makes 1,000 people blind or something really dumb.
It makes up for its training.
Yeah.
That would be such a Pokemon villain that had one of these. Every time it does something, he does something really bad. The Wyvin-Wyvang goes and fixes it.
Yeah,
that is such a bad Pokemon to have.
You get nothing done as a villain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but this is insanely cool. I really you've done such a good job with the body shape, getting it, because it actually, if you look at it, the actual shape of the Pokemon isn't a yin and yang, but you still can really tell exactly what it's supposed to be and how it does really represent the yin and yang insanely well. Yeah, I'm a huge fan.
Yeah, it's really well done because it isn't just a yin and yang logo with a head and legs. It's just
a Voltorb.
Yeah, exactly. It's a Pokemon who looks like the yin and yang. So you captured that very well.
Yeah, thank you. I had to do a little bit of research about the concept of yin and yang for this Pokemon. I found out the concept of yin and yang originated from China. So I wanted to incorporate some Chinese inspiration in this Pokemon. And since yin and yang is all about total balance and stuff, I was what if I made a Pokemon based on traditional Chinese plate spinners? Because they're all about balancing, technically balancing plates and stuff. So yeah, this is the plate spinning Pokemon. So obviously it's inspired by these Chinese plate spinners, and I've made it spinning these plates which have the yin and yang symbols on it, and there's also a yin and yang symbol on its body. So yeah, this is how that Pokemon turned out. So yes, this is Spinin, the balancing Pokemon. Type Psychic and Steel. It is said that a Spinin won't ever lose balance of its plates, even while sleeping.
You're already on fire with the names today. Spinin rolls off the tongue very well.
Yeah, thank you. I do like the name.
It's a perfect humanoid Pokemon. Humanoid Pokemon, for me at least, are really difficult to get looking right, because you don't want them to look just like a chibi guy.
I'm bad with hands and feet.
This guy's just got nubs.
Yeah, it's got little knobs for hands, and I think I resort to that sometimes, but I think it works well as well, if you pull it off well. Yeah,
and what I like about this piece is that if I would have made it, I would have probably struggled with it looking too flat. But by putting in those little white stripes, you can actually get what it's supposed to mean. And it really sells what the Pokemon is supposed to be. And it doesn't look flat in that way. So that is very, very well done.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, super good job. And it's very natural looking clothing. I know a lot of people don't like Pokemon that look like they're wearing clothes. That I'm not one of those people, and I think this is done particularly naturally as well. It really looks like it's well fitted and suited to the Pokemon.
Definitely.
Yeah, I definitely wanted to make it so like you couldn't tell if some parts were clothing or were like actually body parts.
Yeah,
I think I did a good job with that.
you definitely did.
Nick's prompt for this collab was yin and yang, essentially two opposites that work together in harmony. While staring at the symbol for a while, I imagined them circling around each other, like a cycle. Now, one cycle that stood out to me a lot was the seasons. This Pokemon here is based on winter and autumn, or fall for you Americans. So, here is Sqwall, the Solstice Pokemon, an ice and ghost type. Sqwall migrate to wherever in the world best fits its ideal climate. They will relocate themselves to the opposite hemisphere when the winter and autumn seasons are over. Sqwall will only meet their counterparts during equinox, at the equator. Just as a side note, I gave Sqwall and its counterpart a new ability called Harmonize. Basically, if they're both on the field, then some of their stats are boosted.
Oh, are we doing another evolution?
I think it's a counterpart instead.
We'll see. I like him though. I like this derpy little guy. I also, oh my god, it would be so cool if you like used like shot like a hyper beam out of that orb or something. It definitely looks like a very powerful like part of him.
Like what I like about this concept is definitely, I did not think about the seasons. Like those are definitely opposites from each other and work very well together. So you combining two of them into one design, like I'm guessing the other one has the other two seasons. I think this will be an awesome line, like to see, and I can't wait to see the other one.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be honest, I took a lot of inspiration, especially when during this one, off Loxton's legendary Pokemon, which are based on the seasons. Or he has two little, I want to say chipmunk or squirrel Pokemon that represent like autumn or fall and spring. As you guys can probably tell, this is based on the seasons, and there are 4 seasons, and this only represents 2, so... Alright, since yin and yang are opposites, and I just made my first Pokemon on the cold seasons, I thought the second had to be based on summer and spring. I decided to implement spring Sakurai leaves into its wing design, and gave its body a grassy green colour, so the counterpart to Sqwall is... Sunsher, the Solstice Pokemon, a grass and fairy type. Sunsher migrate to wherever in the world best fits its ideal climate. They will relocate themselves to the opposite hemisphere when the summer and spring seasons are over. Sunsher grow weaker the longer they're exposed to the cold.
Oh, this is such a beautiful Pokemon. I think it really captures like the 2 seasons really well. It actually just looks so cool. Oh my goodness.
It's got a little happy expression as well, as opposed to like the gloomy, like
the gloomy winter and
Yeah.
autumn Pokemon.
Yeah, for sure. I think it does a really good job representing kind of the for sure with the Sqwall one, the kind of seasonal depression versus kind of the more happy atmosphere of the warmer months. And I really like the gem placement on both of them, the little stone.
Yeah.
I think that works really well. And also they're kind of, I don't know if this is intentional, but they're kind of shaped like the yin and yang like
I
symbols
realized
with
that
the
while
tail.
I was drawing it.
Yeah, what I like about these pieces is that I did not expect the second one to be so different from the first one. Like I expected the second form actually to be a squirrel as well, but it being a bird really blew me out of the way. Well, you get what I'm saying. I really like that. I think it's cool that 2 completely different Pokemon still really sell the same feeling and work well together, which is what the prompt exactly was. So awesome job.
Yeah, I didn't want both of them to be squirrels because I thought it would look way too similar to Loxton's season fake one. But yeah, I like how they turned out. I'm proud.
Yeah,
You
they're
most
awesome.
definitely should be.
Yeah, good job.
We have spent a lot of time working on this video, and I can already tell you have another one of these videos coming up soon. So definitely subscribe if you don't want to miss that one.
Yin and yang is a concept with years of spiritual significance, but in my Western middle class life, its most impactful depiction comes from Avatar: The Last Airbender. Spoilers for a 17-year-old TV show, but the moon and ocean spirits, Tui and La respectively, use the existing symbolism of twin koi carps and the yin-yang, and they will be the basis for this design. The duality also taps into gender, with yin being male and yang being female. The concept is simple. Koi Pokemon with a gender difference that form a complete symbol when circling together. The base body form was easy, but making their curved droplet shape into an interesting Pokemon design was a bit more challenging. I settled on a flowing tail of spiraling water, referencing the tails of real koi, as well as giving them a contrasting personality, one more conniving and one more graceful, to reference the positive and negative energy of the yin-yang. It's funny because the primary tones of each half's typical connotations do not sync up with this, with the dark colours being the positive feminine side and the light on the negative masculine side. The genders of these Pokemon are marked by their whiskers, either making up an evil moustache or side flowing hair. It's all very gendered and stereotypical, but it's iconic imagery for a reason and keeps this Pokemon understandable. Koiju, the Moontide Pokemon, a pure water type. Said to be hiding oceanic blessings, male Koiju are the negative force to counteract their feminine counterparts. Ruthless and vicious within their ecosystem, male Koiju are known for their poor temperament and strong-headed decision making. Despite this, they are known to be caring to Pokemon smaller than themselves, protecting them from harm within the eye of their tail vortex. Said to be hiding lunar blessings, female Koiju are the positive force to counteract their male counterparts. Kind and delicate to all they meet, their vortex tail is known for its healing properties, and they have been known to share their shining scales with sickly Pokemon to help cure them as well. However, they are said to have a bit of a superiority complex, and look down on less pretty Pokemon.
Oh my god, these guys look so elegant. Oh my goodness. They actually look like they'd be like a legendary or something, or a mythical Pokemon.
I really liked how you incorporated the water into the design.
Is this one Pokemon? As in...
No, it's the female and male version.
Yeah, I know it looks like they're together. They are separate Pokemon. But you'll have to wait for the other thing.
You have another thing.
Pokemon.
Because I'm not done with the I was really hoping to get another one because this sells so well as yin and yang as well. Like you can see it, and this one is made so well that I can't wait what you've seen, what you did with the other one. That's why I asked. Oh my god, this is awesome.
There's a little extra other thing as well, is that you can kind of see the male white one is kind of very... It's got kind of like the evil expression. It's a bit more... It's got like the mustache that looks kind of like maybe like a warlord or something. And then the female one that's kind of a bit more smiley and elegant and good. And that's because there's also the good and bad type of thing. Koiju isn't exactly a groundbreaking design. At least, not yet. Going back to Avatar, a very noticeable thing about the ocean spirit La is its connection to Aang to create Koizilla, the season 1 finale's Deus Ex Machina to win the day against the Fire Nation fleet. This design is so cool and it needs to be a part of this prompt. I'll be tweaking its rules a little bit though. Instead of one spirit joining up with the Avatar state to gain incredible power, I like the idea that the perfect harmony between the male and female form grants them these powerful abilities. This thing was going to be huge, and I think a wonderful depiction of size in Pokemon is the Gigantamax artwork. The coloured line work and lighting from below demonstrates their scale in a wonderful fashion. This design pulls a lot from Koizilla, but there are many changes. For example, the body is a lot more exaggerated, humanoid, and proportions similar to a Jinn or other powerful existing spirit. Koizilla's lower half is never shown completely, so I elected to wisp the lower half off in the same way the two tiny Koiju's tails end, as if that blessed water expanded to create their new body. In the Pokemon's center, the perfect balance of male and female Koiju are highlighted, replacing where Aang is during the battle in the show. Now, prepare to be washed away by Koiju, Ocean Spirit form, the Moontide Pokemon, a pure water type. A towering mass of water, moulded into the shape of a primordial ocean spirit. The source of this Pokemon's immense power is the perfect harmony attained by the two Koiju at its heart. While it possesses godlike power over the moon and sea, it is a benevolent protector of nature's order and is kind to all of the Pokemon who live around its giant mass.
Wow.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
Oh, it looks Gigantamax almost.
Yes, I really did reference the Gigantamax kind of art style of the coloured... It's blue rather than red, but it's the kind of coloured lines and from below perspective, harsh shading.
Yeah, the kind of like shading on the top rather than the bottom to kind of like show that it's that massive.
Yeah. And
Oh my
here
god, this
is-
thing is actually insane. Oh, I love everything about it. The way you draw in the water and like how freaking gigantic it looks, how devastatingly powerful. Oh my goodness, this is incredible. You can even see the little Pokemon inside of him. Oh my goodness, it's actually insane. Holy crap! I'm looking at the size difference between him and a human. That's
my
our
God.
final boss right there. Oh my lord.
Like, I'm sitting here, I'm speechless. This thing looks incredible. I've seen Avatar and I know what the Avatar state, that huge blue water monster looks like. So seeing that as a Pokemon, like, I see the reference so well that I love it even more. And the way you captured, like, the way we're looking at it, the way you rendered it by shading and the pose in general, it really feels like we're looking up at it, which is very difficult to do in my opinion. So that is incredible.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Great job, amazing job.
I didn't want to take this prompt too literal, so I decided to make two Pokemon which are opposite from each other but work perfectly together. My two Pokemon would be portraying good versus evil, but I did want to make that a bit more interesting. For the hero Pokemon I used a lot of sharp and pointy shapes to make it seem like he's evil, but he actually only has good in him. I thought a dog-like creature would fit this very well, because we know dogs to be very friendly, but sometimes they can look pretty scary. Duguut, the hero Pokemon. This Pokemon is one of the most kind Pokemon there is, helping others in trouble, even humans. This kindness is almost never appreciated, as their nocturnal lifestyle and terrifying appearance make those it helps see this Pokemon more as a threat than what they were facing moments before. Despite that, this Pokemon never gives up on its saving endeavors, and nowadays more trainers begin to show gratitude back to him.
Yo,
Whoa.
my goodness.
Dragon
Actually
type.
looks pretty cool. Oh, dragon type?
Interesting.
Yeah, that's really sick.
Oh my god, that's actually such an interesting interpretation of yin and yang. Like, is it like people like afraid of it even though it's a good because of the way it looks? So deep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the goal. I didn't just want to do like the base form good and evil. No, I want to have a twist on it. So yeah, like that would be interesting, more interesting than just doing straight good and evil in my opinion.
Almost as if like how yin and yang itself has yin has a part of yang inside of it and vice versa.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going so deep into this prompt. You guys are doing such like smart designs. I took it so literally.
Well,
Gosh,
your
got it.
design was even smarter.
But it worked really well as well.
Yeah.
For the counterpart of Duguut, we wanted to use a lot of round shapes to emulate the look of a friendly creature. I did portray his face to look quite menacing, but most of the time he actually looks really cute. I did this so the main art piece would fit the Pokemon it's supposed to be, an incredibly evil hamster ball. Deceivel, the deceiving Pokemon. This Pokemon is a common inclusion for many unknowing trainers due to their seemingly cute and innocent appearance. They are, however, spiteful and scheming and only pretend to be friendly for their own benefit. In reality, they steal its trainers' items and food supplies. They then store them in their burrows to either destroy them or eat them later on. They are commonly abandoned after only a few days, after which they look for a new foolish trainer. Even though this Pokemon might look small, they're capable of creating black holes, and the only reason why the world hasn't ended yet is because of their rival, Duguut.
Yo, it's the duality of
Deceivel.
like the other Pokemon. Yo, I actually love the trope of like cute Pokemon or like cute things that are actually like evil. That's actually so cool.
Yeah, I think this might be my favorite of yours, yeah. I really like kind of the roundness of it. It really gets it across super well, kind of the facade of cuteness that it's got going on. And I love the expression as well. It's super well defined.
It's up to something.
Yeah, my idea for this Pokemon was that it, instead of just being like a random normal type, he would actually use like dark matter or like create black holes, as in maybe Sigma from Overwatch kind of thing, like an evil scientist kind of dude. So he would be very smart as well.
Yeah, I love the way he looks. Oh my goodness. It's so well designed, especially with the shapes and stuff.
I think in a really good way you didn't you didn't really show the evil aspect of this, like in a good way, as if, well, I mean, because it's deceiving you, it's meant to look really cute and cuddly, and I guess the face kind of looks a little bit mischievous, but yeah.
Yeah, that was the goal.
If this thing messes with you though, it's like the perfect shape, you know, like kicking, like a soccer ball.
Yeah.
Real hard foot to the
It
face.
would probably feel quite rewarding to do so once this Pokemon steals all your food.
I can imagine it being like Team Rocket, and you kick it into
Oh.
and they all fly away.
Oh yeah, that would
Blasting
work
off
so
again.
well.
Like, you guys have put so much thought into the yin and yang stuff. It's crazy.
Bro, you literally made yin and yang, so...
Yeah.
I took it way too literally. I think I should have done something.
It
Something like
worked
you guys.
really well.
No, it did work really well. I think we've all done a really great job at symbolizing the very complex concept of yin and
Yeah.
yang. So yeah.
Everyone had
It's
such
also- it's
different
very
like
open.
ideas for it too.
Yeah, well, it was fun to see everyone's different take on yin and yang, because like none of these designs actually feel similar towards each other, even though they actually do the exact same thing. And I like that some of us like really took yin and yang literal by literally like showing what yin and yang is, like the fish and like the literal yin and yang Pokemon. And what I foreground I did was just not necessarily take it literal, but just implementing design of being opposites from each other, which is really cool as well.
Being opposite but also being interconnected in some sort of way.
Exactly. Like I said before, we each made our own video, so go check out theirs right now. And yeah, show them how lovely our community is. Goodbye!